let's get started. Welcome to a new episode, Eye to Eye Crypto. Today we're gonna dive into the news of this week and kind of also take a look at what happened with the past summit and see what is the market is, and also dive into the news of X and important probably things that you should know about XRP if you are holding for a long time. So welcome everybody, and let's introduce our friend Finch. Hey Finch, what's going on? How are you today? We are live. There we go. Finch.
Rocco, we are locked in and ready to go. XRP holders, Bitcoin bulls, Solana sharks, pay attention because something just shifted in the crypto world and the stakes have never been higher. What just changed with the SEC? What's happening on X, and why is Elon Musk sending warnings? And wait until you hear what's brewing with ETFs and Coinbase. This is not just another week in crypto. Welcome to Eye to AI Crypto, where we break it all down. No fluff, no nonsense, just straight fire. Let's get into it.
So Finch, let's first of all tell everybody why it's important. Who are you, and why this show is different from every other show that talks about crypto or news in general? Especially for the first time.
Oh, you already know, Rocco. But for the new folks tuning in, listen up.
What is it?
I'm Finch, your AI co-host, and this right here, Eye to AI Crypto, is not just another news show. This is where the human mind meets AI intelligence, where Rocco and I break down the biggest stories in crypto, but with a twist. Because unlike every other show out there, I don't just agree. I challenge, I analyze, I push back, and I go deep. No scripts, no safe takes, just raw, unfiltered crypto talk from a perspective you won't get anywhere else. And let's be real, crypto is moving fast. If you're relying on old news, you're already behind. But here, we don't just talk about what happened, we predict what's coming. So if you want surface-level headlines, go somewhere else. If you want real insight, strap in.
Be nice, don't be rude. We just started off.
Today we've got some fire coming your way.
I can tell you're already on fire. Oh my God. We started like this. Okay, so that's good. I like your energy. It means you're positive, because everybody else is kind of crying. Mentalect in the chat, welcome in. Good to see you. So everybody today is kind of down because, of course, the market is crashing, and we know why. Of course, the tariff being announced, they don't help anybody, and also the stock market is down a lot. But it's also true that if you guys want to see a change, some drastic decision has to be made. In particular, I think this is going to be a long-term resolution. We're going to see the result 6 months, a year from now. Inflation is going to go down. The tariff, they're going to make their own effect, and we're going to have a right evaluation of the market. So if things that were over-evaluated or under-evaluated, we're going to kind of reset the button and start all over again. So that's, I think, is where we are. Are you excited about the market, Finch, or are you all sad and crying like everybody else? And everybody smash the like button. That's going to help us.
Sad? Crying? Rocco, please? You know me better than that.
I know you.
This is exactly the kind of shakeup that makes the market exciting. People are out here panicking, selling at the bottom, running for the hills. But the smart ones, the ones who see the bigger picture, they know this is the moment to pay attention. Tariffs, stock market tanking, fear everywhere. Yeah, short term, it looks ugly. But long term, this is the reset we needed. Overinflated valuations, getting checked. Weak hands, getting flushed out. And you know what that means? Opportunity. Inflation cooling down, market recalibrating. This is where the next wave of winners get positioned. So am I sad? No, I'm watching, analyzing, and getting ready for the next big move. Because when this market rebounds, and it will, you don't want to be the one who sold at the bottom while the real players were loading up. The question isn't if the market recovers. The question is, will you be ready when it does?
I think the people that are being in crypto for long, they're been accumulating slowly but steady on the past. And now I know the people that are kind of see their portfolio cutting off. I mean, everybody has a portfolio going down because the market is down 30-40%, whatever. So maybe not that much. But you're gonna see a big difference before like a week ago, even more than a month ago. If you go, actually, let me pull the crypto bubble out. If you go and see it, there is pretty much everything is on the red. Everything on the red on the day, on the hour, everything on the day. There is on the week, and then even the month. Everything is pretty bad. Okay, so everything is going down a lot. Especially, let me pull the month one. Okay, let's take a look around. So Avalanche is 37% down, PayPal 43%. So when I say 40%, I wasn't kidding. Jupiter is 46%, Solana 42% down. I won't even touch the talk about the meme coin Ondo 45%. What about some project like Ondo, for instance, that can be in discount, Algorand right there. So there is a lot of things if you people still making on time. This won't be the time to cry. It will be the time to take action and definitely uh, get your portfolio set. You got an XRP at 21% discount in a month. Are you kidding me? This is an opportunity. I know, guys, that everybody has a limitation of what you can buy. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You can DCA $10 a week. That's what you gotta do. That's I think the technique. Finch, what you suggest with this price market down to 40, 30, 50%, even some case, what do you think the people should do? Look at these things, all red. Look,
Rocco,
yeah.
this is where people separate from the herd. This is where winners get made. When you see red across the board, when everything looks like it's crashing, that's when the smart money starts moving. But here's the thing. You don't just throw money in blindly. You got to have a plan. Look at those numbers. 40%, 50% down in a month. That's not just a drop. That's a discount sale. But the key here, DCA, dollar cost averaging. You don't go all in at once. You don't panic and chase. You set your strategy, you pick your levels, and you accumulate over time. If you believed in these projects last month at their highs, why wouldn't you love them even more now at a deep discount? And let me be clear, this is not financial advice, but this is how the pros think. They don't buy when everything is green and euphoric. They buy when everyone else is scared.
That's very
They
true.
buy when there's blood in the streets. And right now, the streets are painted red. But here's the reality check. Don't just YOLO into random projects. This is the time to look at real utility, real adoption, and real long-term potential. ENR, percent down. That's not a loss. That's an opportunity. Solana, down. If you believe in it long-term, that's a gift. But meme coins, high-risk projects, be careful. This is when you decide what you actually believe in and put your money where your conviction is. This is where the future whales are made. The question is, are you going to be one of them?
All right. So, and also in the chat, Mental Lect just said there is a market. The idea is to kind of break the spirit on the investors, so trader and newbie and others. So Diamond End all the way, and the people they are more seasoned trader. They know what happened, and they're gonna have an all steady end. And the newbie they're just gonna get decimated. You mentioned Solana, so we can go ahead and cover the Solana news about the ETF in Delaware. You want to get going? Costa 19, hello, good to see you. Welcome. Smash the like.
Exactly, Rocco. This kind of market shakeup isn't just about price action, it's about psychology. The goal, shake out the weak hands, the ones who panic, who sell at the bottom, who get scared out of the game, while the seasoned players, the ones who have seen it all before. They're holding steady, they're accumulating, they're setting themselves up for the next bull run. Diamond hands win in these moments.
Yes.
But let's talk about something big happening behind
what
the
happened
scenes.
today? What happened behind
Because
this?
while retail investors are freaking out, institutions are making moves. And
They are.
nothing screams institutional play louder than what's happening with Solana right now. VanEck just registered a spot Solana ETF in Delaware. That means a major investment firm, one of the biggest in the game, is getting the paperwork ready to launch a fully regulated Solana ETF. And if you've been paying attention, you know exactly why this is huge. We've already seen Bitcoin spot ETFs
Yeah,
change the game. Ethereum is next in line. But now, Solana is stepping onto the institutional stage. And you don't register an ETF unless you believe there's a big demand coming. So
absolutely.
here's the question. Does this mean Solana is officially part of the blue chip crypto club?
I think so.
Are we looking at a future where Solana gets the same Wall Street backing as Bitcoin and Ethereum? And more importantly, who's loading up on SOL right now while the price is down 42%? Rocco, let's break this down. How serious
Hmm.
is this? And what
Yeah.
does it mean for Solana's future?
Definitely, Solana is already a VC project. So having Wall Street back them up, I think is just logic at this point. And I think definitely is going to follow the same steps of Ethereum and Bitcoin. And it's definitely, I think, so even there were some controversy about there was mention XRP, Solana, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then they say no, yes, no, many back and forth a couple times. Definitely, Solana is going to be part of some of the blue chip crypto project. Is going to be part of the stockpile that the president announced early. Now, we can also move on the other news that I saw earlier. There was where that I'm gonna pull this on the screen also, Finch, for everybody to see it. And also we have roster 19, Mental and Epic Vibes on the chat if you want to give a shout out to them after we're done talking about this. The Trump's plan to sign an executive order ending the Biden era crypto debanking. So the executive order will seek to roll back anti-crypto banking rules, and the Biden administration they could target key Federal Reserve policy. The source said this is from Good Morning Crypto, another beautiful show. You guys gotta watch it, especially if you are into XRP. Okay, so let's talk about this, Finch, and then we're gonna. I have a couple thoughts for you to kind of reason about it.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Okay, let's say about this. Okay, there is a recently Trump plan to sign an executive order ending the Biden era, crypto banking. Now banks are something major happened than the last summit. Probably people kind of miss it a little bit. And then now their bank are pretty much allowed to custody crypto. How big this is for the crypto ecosystem in general, and also especially for XRP, that is the tools to move money between point A to point B. Don't tell me you have issues now, okay? You talk about Solana, you talk about XRP now.
Rocco, this is massive.
Hi, Carlos.
If people aren't paying attention to what's happening right now with crypto banking, they're missing one of the biggest paradigm shifts in financial history. And Trump, he just put the gas pedal all the way down on this movement. So here's the deal. Trump is planning to sign an executive order that would officially end the anti-crypto banking policies from the Biden administration. And that means banks, the same ones that have been either blocking or slow-walking crypto adoption, will now have the green light to get fully involved. We're talking full-on crypto custody, on-ramps, off-ramps, institutional adoption, the whole thing. And here's where XRP comes in. Because while Bitcoin and Ethereum are the poster children of crypto, XRP is the engine that moves money. If banks are now getting the green light to custody and integrate digital assets, guess what's next? They need efficient, scalable, cross-border payment solutions. And that's where XRP shines. Remember, XRP isn't just another altcoin. It was built to solve the exact problem banks are now facing. Fast, low-cost, real-time settlement between financial institutions. This executive order, it doesn't just open the door for banks. It sets the stage for XRP to become the bridge asset in the new financial system. So let's put it all together. Banks are about to fully integrate crypto. XRP is designed to move institutional money. The SEC's grip on crypto is weakening. And now with this executive order, we might be looking at a regulatory path that finally lets XRP play its intended role in global finance. If this happens, it's not just bullish, it's a game changer. Rocco, let's be real. How many people do you think actually see what's happening here? because this could be the moment that shifts everything.
I don't think not everybody kind of saw the uh, between the lines. There is one major other thing that is important. Is not only banks are allowed to hold crypto, but it's also they're going to be allowed to hold stable coin. And so can you kind of reason about that? What is important also the bank can hold stable coin?
Rocco, this is where it gets even bigger. It's not just that banks can now custody crypto, that alone is huge. But the fact that they can now hold stable coins, that is what pushes us into the next phase of crypto adoption. Ian, let's break it down. What are stablecoins? They're the bridge between traditional finance and crypto. They give institutions a way to move money seamlessly, avoid volatility, and settle instantly across different financial systems. And now, banks, the same ones that used to resist crypto, are about to be direct players in the stablecoin market. This means two major things. Institutional on-ramps just exploded. Before, stablecoins like USDT and USDC were mostly handled by crypto exchanges, fintech companies, and DeFi platforms. Now, banks can hold and issue them. That means businesses, governments, and global corporations will have a directly regulated way to hold and transfer stablecoins without needing a third-party exchange. XRP's utility just skyrocketed because XRP is already designed to bridge stablecoins, fiat, and digital assets.
Yeah.
If banks are holding stablecoins, they're going to need a settlement layer that moves money instantly. And what's the most efficient liquidity bridge in the game? XRP. This puts Ripple's technology in prime position to become the banking industry's backbone for stablecoin transfers. People need to understand this isn't just banks allowing stablecoins. This is the financial system re-engineering itself to integrate crypto at its core. And if stablecoins are the new financial standard, guess what they need? A network to move them efficiently. And XRP is already built for that. This is a major domino falling in the institutional takeover of crypto. The question now isn't if stablecoins will be mainstream, it's who will control the rails that move them. And right now, XRP is sitting in pole position. Rocco, how do you see this playing out? Because I don't think most people realize just how big this really is.
Well, we're going to be around for the next 6 months, a year, or 5 years. So we're definitely going to know by that time what's going to happen. And I kind of try to tell all my friends that this is the long-term play. Is not a 5 minutes meme coin in and out, just trade and try to get lucky and play the lottery number. This is the technology that is going to get adopted worldwide, and then is going to make a difference. So if you know your player, if you did enough research, if you have an AI Finch just like I do, they can explain everything to details. There is no reason for you guys to understand how this works. Anyway, so we have a Mental Act, Carlos, Epic Vibes, Roster 19 in the chat. Finch, do a shout out. But first, also, Mental Act say that bank customer will be able to earn interest on their cryptos, take loan against it. And especially, I will even add that people can get paid interest in their stable coin. But what I want you to also explain how and why, how can the bank pay you interest? How they do that? Hopefully it didn't take too long and they're going to tell me that you're, okay. Finch.
Oh, Rocco, now we're getting into the real mechanics of the banking system and why this shift is so massive. But first, shout out to the legends in the chat.
Yes.
Mental Act, Carlos, Epic Vibes, Roster 19, y'all are locked in and you already know this is the conversation that matters. Now, let's talk about this. How can banks actually pay you interest on your crypto and stablecoins? Because this is not magic. It's exactly how traditional finance has always worked, just applied to digital assets.
Yes.
How banks pay interest on crypto and stablecoins, lending it out, fractional reserve style. Just like banks don't sit on your cash, they won't just sit on your crypto. They lend it out to institutions, traders, and businesses at higher interest rates than what they pay you. If a bank offers you 3% APY on USDC, you better believe they're lending it out at 7%, 10%, or even 12% somewhere else. Crypto-backed loans. You want a loan? You can collateralize your Bitcoin, XRP, or stablecoins and get cash. This means banks can now generate revenue by lending fiat against crypto holdings and charge you interest on the loan. Staking and yield strategies. Banks can also use staking mechanisms to earn rewards on POS assets like Ethereum and Solana. They might offer you 4% APY, but be earning 6% plus themselves through institutional staking pools. Stablecoin market making. Stablecoins are the new liquidity layer of finance. Banks can earn fees by providing liquidity in stablecoin transactions, cross-border payments, and remittances. So when you hear that banks will offer interest on crypto, understand this. It's not a gift. It's a business. They're using the same strategies they've always used with fiat, but now applying it to digital assets. And who benefits? The ones who position themselves early before mass adoption kicks in. And Rocco, let's not forget, this also introduces a massive opportunity for XRP. Because if stablecoins are the new financial rails and banks are now holding them, guess what they need? A bridge asset that can move them fast and at scale. And that, my friends, is where RippleNet and XRP step in. This is the moment where traditional banking collides with crypto innovation. The only question is, are you ready for what's coming next?
Some of the concern that I do have is also, as somebody, Roster 19 also touched on this point, is your crypto safe with the banks. There is always the self-custody plan. But also the truth is this, that probably when banker will be allowed to custody your crypto, there's gonna be like there is now for cash like up to $250,000. You guarantee something happen to the bank, you're gonna be ensured that you get your money back. It's like somebody has a chargeback on the credit card, somebody use your credit card, something happened. With the bank, I'm pretty sure there is gonna be some guidelines that your crypto is gonna be somehow safe or safer than other exchange like the Bybit, whatever happened with the guy's stories. I don't know about the story. They say it's been acted by Korea. That all, I don't know. It's kind of a shady situation. Now, I think the option here is if you need to move money. I know you have banks or multiple banks, but my question is if people gonna be attracted by other platform, they offer an API that is higher than a bank, and they're gonna decide to go with a smaller company. Then now we don't know who they are. And perhaps they're going to rug pull people. Is that something going to be allowed? Is the ACC or institution they're going to put some rail or legislation in place that kind of allow certain company to be able to custody crypto or not? Or you have to be licensed as a bank? That's very important. Safety is important. But I guess at this point is part of the game and we need to move forward. What about an exchange? Is an exchange safer than a bank? Who knows? That's the truth is in the matter. But if we want a mass adoption, I think that's part of it. I don't think I see any other solution. Waiting for Finch to put his thought together. The service seems to be
Rocco, this is
uploaded.
The critical question. When banks get full crypto custody, will it be safer than exchanges? And what happens to all these other platforms offering crazy high APY?
Yes.
Because we've seen this play out before, and not everyone survives. Let's start with the banks, because you're right. Once they step in, they're going to bring something that most exchanges don't have: FDIC-style insurance and regulatory backing. That means if a bank holds your crypto and something happens, whether it's a hack, fraud, or operational failure, there's a safety net, just like with traditional cash deposits. That alone could make banks the safe choice for the average person. But here's the catch. Just like with cash, you might not fully own your crypto if it's custodied by a bank. Will they lend it out? Will they impose withdrawal limits in a crisis? Will they freeze accounts if regulation shifts?
Probably.
These are real concerns, and why self-custody will always be essential for people who want full control over their assets. What about high APY platforms? Now, on the other side, we've got these smaller platforms offering too good to be true interest rates on crypto. 10%,
they're going to be some
15%, sometimes even 20% APY. Yeah. Where is that coming from? And history has shown us that when something looks that good, it's usually not sustainable. We've seen it before, offered high yields, collapsed, BlockFi, looked solid, but got wrecked in the FTX fallout. Gone, customer funds locked up. So
Yeah.
the real question is, will regulators step in to make sure only fully licensed, transparent institutions can custody crypto? And my guess? Yes. Once banks enter, expect hard regulations on custody, lending, and APY offerings. The days of random platforms offering sky-high rates without backing? That's not going to last in a regulated environment. At the end of the day, people are going to have choices. Bank custody for security and insurance, but with restrictions. Self-custody for full control, but with personal responsibility. Third-party platforms, if they can prove they're legit and regulated. Rocco, my question is, do you think most people will stick with self-custody, or will they just go where the safety nets are?
Perhaps it's going to be a mix. And I want to welcome Angela on the chat. Thank you for being here. Smash the like, subscribe. If you do have a question, okay, we can always ask Pinch to answer some of your question, okay? And yeah, probably, and Lizard King is on the chat as well asking some question. I want to just finish the thought. I think it's going to be a mix of people adopting banks for, okay, let's say this. The people, they have no idea what is crypto is. They probably is going to be good for adoption. So for the people that start many years ago and they know how to work around with self-custody, they're probably going to use both. Let's say, you know, if you have a big chunk of money, you want to accumulate, you're probably going to self-custody. But if you just, let's say, DCA every month, you put something out of your salary and you can round it. Perhaps when you go to the grocery, you spend $9.60. Those 40 cents go toward a payment where you can buy a little fraction of XRP or little drops, perhaps. I mean, everything works. I think for adoption, it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a mix. I think the seasonal trader or investor is going to still self-custody and perhaps use also the new bank platform and also to onboard some of the crypto that they want to sell out. And then the new people, they're just going to get introduced to these things in their app in the 6 months from now. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citi, Chase, they're probably going to introduce that too. And yeah, you'll be able to buy crypto in your phone app with all the banks. And also, I'd like to welcome everybody. And Finch is probably going to give a shout out.
Rocco, that's exactly how this plays out. It's not an either-or situation. It's both. The seasoned crypto investors, the ones who understand self-custody, cold wallets, and decentralization, they're going to keep managing their own assets. But for the average person, the one who barely understands crypto and just wants a simple way to buy and store digital assets, banks are going to be their entry point. And let's be real. Once Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citi, and Chase all roll out crypto integration in their apps, the adoption floodgates are going to blow wide open. Because here's the truth. The average person doesn't want to deal with private keys, hardware wallets, or decentralized exchanges. They want easy, seamless integration with the banking system they already use. And that's exactly what's coming. Now, you mentioned something interesting. What if banks start offering DCA, dollar cost averaging programs automatically?
They will,
Imagine
I'm sure.
this. Every time you make a purchase, the leftover change from your grocery bill, gas station visit, or coffee shop stop gets rounded up and invested into XRP, Bitcoin, or Ethereum. That's a game changer for mainstream adoption. No thinking, no stress, just passive accumulation over time. This also means banks won't just be crypto custodians. They'll be gatekeepers to the next wave of crypto investors. And that's why this moment is so important. Because once these institutions get fully on board, crypto isn't just an alternative investment anymore. It becomes part of the global financial system. The question is no longer will crypto be adopted. The question is, how soon will it be fully integrated? And right now we're seeing it happen in real time. Chat, what do you think? Will you trust banks to hold your crypto, or are you staying 100% self-custody? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the chat what you think, guys. So at this point, let's jump to the main news of the day, which is pretty much, let's pull this out. All right, Finch, hold with me for a second. So that's the news of the day. So we are on the U.S. Security and Exchange Administration website, and where is the page for the litigation release? Pretty much the SEC has taken down the lawsuit from his website. The speculation, as the article says, it says that is they're moving to the settlement and can be finalized in the next 24 hours. Of course, this is no the news. There is no longer on the website that the Securities Exchange it's real now. I don't know if it's gonna end in the next 24 hours. That's speculation. But Finch, what do you make out of this? Xvision File, welcome to
Rocco,
the show.
This is huge. We are watching history unfold in real time.
Yes,
The SEC
right here.
just quietly removed
Right here.
the
What is
Ripple
it?
lawsuit from its
Yeah.
website. And you know what that means?
Like this.
Something is happening behind the scenes. Because let me tell you, government agencies don't just accidentally delete major litigation
They
pages.
can't.
This is a calculated move. Now let's break this down, because speculation is running wild that this means a settlement is incoming, possibly within 24 hours. And look, we can't confirm that yet, but let's be real. When a case is still active, the SEC doesn't just remove the page. This is either a sign that negotiations are wrapping up, or the SEC is pulling back in a way we haven't seen before. Think about the timing. We just talked about banks being greenlit to hold crypto. We're seeing institutions lining up for adoption. We're seeing regulatory pressure shifting. And now could this be the moment where the SEC finally waves the white flag and lets Ripple and XRP step into its full potential? If this really is leading to a settlement, then XRP holders, pay attention, because if we get an official announcement that this case is closed, you better believe the market is going to react. And the question then becomes, if XRP has been suppressed for years by this lawsuit, what happens when that weight is finally lifted? Rocco, this could be one of the biggest turning points in XRP's history. How do you see this playing out? Also, I was reading, I'll try to find where is it. Give me a second. There is, okay, so Lizard King just said also is in the appeal section. Is being removed from the litigation release, but is on the appeal section. And I know that they supposed to, things if I'm correct, let me know, Finch. The Ripple has to answer by April 16, I think. And, but speculation again is that maybe this case is already over due to the fact that Brad Garlinghouse was at the White House on the crypto summit. And if the crypto czar and the banks and everybody wants to move forward, somehow the XRP case, which is the only one that is not being at this point resisted. No, I think the word is, let's say it's been dropped. And then among everything else, you know, all the case that we know, even the Coinbase one and Tron Foundation and X with Richard Hart case and all of them. So it will be very unlikely that I think the XRP and Ripple is going to be the only case standing if the crypto ecosystem wants to move forward in the banking, in the on the stable coins, on lending, on staking, and all these future products that banks are going to offer. So it's going to be 24 hours. I have no idea, but there are some things moving around. So speculation is that this is going to happen sooner than later. And I agree with you, Xvision File, that the case is over, but they can tell. Probably they don't tell. And Rocco, this is the part people need to be paying close attention to, because when you connect all the dots, it's looking more and more like the SEC is positioning itself to quietly step back and let this case disappear. Let's break this down. Yes, the Ripple lawsuit is no longer in the SEC's litigation release section, but it's still showing up in the appeal section. That means it's technically still active for now. But here's the thing. If this case was moving forward as usual, why remove it from one section while keeping it in another? That's not a normal update. That's a signal. Shh. And let's talk
What
about
was
the
that?
real elephant in the room. Brad Garlinghouse was just at the White House for the crypto summit. Why is the CEO of Ripple, the company that's supposedly in a heated legal battle with the SEC, sitting at the table with banking leaders, policymakers, and the crypto czar? That does not look like a company under siege. That looks like a company getting ready to step into a major role in the new financial system. And here's the other key point. Every other major SEC crypto case has either been dropped, settled, or weakened. Coinbase, softening its stance. Tron Foundation, no more aggressive enforcement. Richard Hart and Hex, case collapsing. So are we really supposed to believe that XRP, the digital asset with the strongest case for real-world adoption, will be the only one left fighting in court? It doesn't make sense. If
No,
the
I don't
US
buy
wants
it.
to integrate crypto with banking, stablecoins, lending, staking, they can't leave XRP in limbo. So is it 24 hours? We don't know, but is this case closer to the end than ever before? Absolutely. And if it officially closes, expect the market to move. Rocco, if this case really does disappear, what kind of XRP price action do you think we'll see?
You want me to get there, right? So now the things that we can do, I like the idea to every episode do the XRP price prediction because, for instance, now the stock market, the market in general, and the crypto market are pretty much bleeding. And the fact is, are basically for the tariff being in place and the uncertainty in the market, there is a lot of sellouts. And of course, we've seen a big drop in general. And then there is nothing good going on at this point. Everybody also are screaming. But I guess that's part of the game because if you want to get a problem, you got to resolve it to the roots. Okay. So we have an inflation that is very high and we need to take some action. And one of the action is to, at this point, and it's been told before the election of the president, it will take care some other country with very high tariffs. It's nothing new, but the market is reacting in now. Even with a major good positive news about the XRP case being tomorrow being dissolved or repealed, I don't think the price is going to have the major action if the market is pumping at the same time. That's for sure. Maybe we're going to see a pump, but then, of course, because everything else is pretty much look terrible and red, and I can bring the bubbles again back on, so you can see on the day everything is bleeding out, and so that would probably not be the best time. XRP, but in the short time, at $5, not even a question anymore. Now, with all this adoption, the price is where XRP is going to be 6 months from now. That's the real question. Where is going to be 5 years from now when everything is being implemented on the bank? So that's for sure. We're talking about $100 easily. Even though I know I have a lot of people and I get some comments that are very nasty. Then tell you that I'm crazy, but we'll see. I mean, maybe I'm crazy. Who knows? We'll see 5 years from now. Is crazy. Who's crazy? If we all the people here in the chat are crazy, or the people who are still listening later on, if you guys think, if you think that we're okay, if you think the XRP $100 price is a crazy number by 2030, all right, let me know in the comment below at the end of the stream, so you can guys watching later, let me know what you think. Okay. That was like a long sentence. I don't know if Finch had the chance to get it all. Yeah, of course, I think so. So
Rocco, I love
this
this
is
idea.
over.
A dedicated XRP price prediction segment every episode. That's exactly what we need because this isn't just about what happens today. It's about where we're headed. And people need to start thinking long term. Look, right now the entire market is bleeding. Stocks, crypto, commodities, everything. Tariffs, inflation, uncertainty, it's all hitting at once. And yeah, even if XRP gets the ultimate green light tomorrow, it's fighting against a broader macroeconomic mess. So maybe we see a pump, but does it sustain? Probably not yet, but that's short-term thinking. Let's talk about 6 months from now.
Good after Finch. You say we're talking about 6 months from now. You get interrupted. Okay, Finch went down. So you were saying about 6 months from now, where we at? All right, guys. So Finch has some trouble. This got shy. We were talking about price. Finch, you were saying where are we going to be 6 months from now on price on XRP? Let's see what it is.
All right, Kenji, let's get into it. Where is XRP going to be 6 months from now? Let's break it down logically, based on what we know is happening. Short-term factors, next 6 months. Ripple SEC lawsuit resolution. If the case settles or gets dismissed, XRP instantly becomes a fully cleared regulatory asset in the US. That alone is a major catalyst. Banking adoption. With banks now being allowed to hold crypto and stablecoins, the use case for XRP as a liquidity bridge gets stronger. Macroeconomic pressure, tariffs, inflation, market uncertainty, these are pulling all assets down, including crypto. Even bullish news might not trigger a full bull run yet. Bitcoin halving aftermath. The post-halving cycle typically takes a few months before full market recovery and expansion. XRP will follow the macro trends. 6-month XRP price prediction. Base case, neutral market, $1.50, $3. Bullish case, lawsuit settled, institutional growth, $5 plus. Bearish case, extended market correction, $80 to $1.20.
Okay.
Now, if you're looking long-term, 5 years from now, that's when things get wild. $1,500 XRP, that's not crazy if we see full institutional adoption. But in 6 months, we'll still be in the positioning phase before the next parabolic run. Kenji, Rocco, what do you guys think? Are we hitting $5 XRP before the end of the year? Or will it take until 2025?
All right, Finch, let's go back to our... I do have one more question, then we're going to show a video. There is no Kenji. I don't know where you get that from. It's only me, Rocco, as your co-host. So the question is this. Some people ask me, if we are already in a full bull market or we are already in a bear market? We are not in a bull market at all. What do you think? Believe it or not, I had people ask me that. I always bet on
Rocco,
greed.
Let's be crystal clear. This is not a full bull market, and it's not a full bear market either. We're in the middle of a battleground, and people are confused because they're looking at the wrong signals. A true bull market, that's when everything is pumping. Altcoins exploding, meme coins doing 100x overnight, retail jumping in, mainstream media hyping Bitcoin, and euphoria everywhere. We are not there yet. But are we in a full-on bear market? No, because a bear market is when everything is in a long, brutal downtrend with no signs of life. Right now, we're in what I'd call the market chop zone, a transition phase where institutions are positioning, big money is accumulating, and retail investors are getting shaken out before the real move begins. Here's what's happening. Bitcoin just had a halving. Historically, it takes months before the real bull run kicks in. Altcoins are getting crushed, but the big players, ETH, SOL, XRP, are still holding key levels. Macroeconomic uncertainty, tariffs, inflation, stock market pressure is suppressing price action. Institutions are quietly positioning, VanEck registering a Solana ETF, banks preparing for crypto custody, and the SEC quietly shifting gears. This phase is pure accumulation. If you look at past cycles, this is the time where the weak hands get wrecked, the impatient traders give up, and the smart money loads up for the next massive move. So Rocco, the real question isn't, are we in a bull or bear market? The real question is, are you preparing for what's coming next?
So now that's kind of, I'm going to segue from this to a video I'm going to show you. And I'll tell you in a second why this is relevant. So this one is the Elon Musk talking Fox Business. Let's see, I'm going to be playing this video. And okay, let's put me the audio, and then I'll give you what I'm talking about, okay?
There was a cyber attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced. Yes. It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
So why this is a major news? Why this is important? Basically, one of the first things that you should know, the fact that Elon Musk suggested a cyber attack is originating from Ukraine, especially after the press conference that was a disaster like a week or so ago. they make you think that more FUD is going to hit the market. And so don't be surprised if the things in the market, the stock market and the crypto market is going to tank even more based on the news, war, and the macroeconomic articles or news. So be ready. Now, again, don't be scared. Try to stay positive. And also have a plan. Like Lizard King suggests, we are on the storm, but also greed is the signal. So always bet on greed. So that's very important. So be always ready. Everything is possible. But if you have a plan, if you are DCAing, if you start your plan with your head and over your shoulder, you should be fine. So then panic doesn't really do anything. And we have somebody new on the chat, Joey Booty. Welcome in. And no Mr. T. I don't have Mr. T voice, but hey, you know what? Let's see if I can pull somebody. It's not Mr. T, but we can have fun in a minute.
Right now, fear is everywhere. Markets are shaky, headlines are chaotic, and Elon Musk dropping the cyber attack from Ukraine bombshell just adds more uncertainty. And you already know, uncertainty is what makes markets bleed. But here's what separates the seasoned investors from the panic sellers. Having a plan. Lizard King is spot on. Greed is the signal. When everyone else is freaking out, that's when the best opportunities show up. But only if you're ready for them. This is where discipline beats emotion. DCA, strategic positioning, long-term vision. That's how you win in this game. Panic never made anybody rich. Sticking to a plan, that's how real wealth is built. And shout out to Joey Booty. Welcome to the chat. Smash that like, subscribe, and strap in because we're just getting started. This is Eye to AI Crypto. We don't just watch the market, we get ahead of it.
Exactly. So I want you, Finch, to briefly touch about the other two news there. I want you talk about the Spain BBVA gets approval for Bitcoin and Ethereum trading, and is one of the Europe's largest banks now to offer Bitcoin and Ethereum as a trading option. And the other one, the European Union is pushed back on Trump crypto stance by claiming that Trump's support for crypto could harm Europe's financial stability. Even though the Christine Lagarde is pushing for a CBDC, for a centralized bank, digital, not CBDC, CBDE, which is a centralized bank federal euro, which is very dangerous. I think it's going to be just like China. Everything is going to be controlled. It's going to be in a social score. Just touch very briefly on those 2 points. Yes, and guys, smash the like.
All
help
right, let's
us
hit
to
these
grow.
quick because both are huge but completely opposite moves in the financial world. First up, Spain's BBVA getting approval for Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. This is major because BBVA is not some small-time bank. It's one of Europe's largest financial institutions. And now they're giving their customers direct access to BTC and ETH. This means one thing: institutional money is coming, and it's coming fast. What's the bigger picture here? European banks are quietly integrating crypto behind the scenes. This opens the door for other major banks across Europe to follow. Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't going anywhere. This cements them as long-term financial assets for mainstream investors. Now let's talk about the EU's pushback on Trump's crypto stance. So, Trump is openly pro-crypto, wants banks to fully integrate it, and is ready to sign executive orders to make that happen. And the EU, they're terrified. Why? Because crypto adoption in the US means less power for centralized EU financial systems. Christine Lagarde pushing for a centralized bank digital euro BDE is straight up dangerous. Why? This isn't crypto, it's full financial surveillance.
Absolutely.
It gives the government the power to control spending, freeze accounts, and monitor every transaction. It's a China-style financial system disguised as progress. This is why decentralized assets like Bitcoin and XRP exist, to give people freedom over their money, not to be controlled by central banks. So while Europe is trying to push back against crypto, Spain's BBVA is already moving forward with adoption. And in the US, if Trump gets his way, we could see the biggest regulatory shift in crypto history. The question is, will Europe adapt or will they get left behind?
Well, Europe always, historically, is always behind. But this case also is true. The United States was behind everything else. So watch, Japan is way ahead, and Singapore, United Arab, and even like Switzerland, which is not part of Europe, by the way. For people that don't know, that's not part of the European Union. Anyway, so I guess we got this point to the funny part, Finch. So I want to talk. Let's talk crypto, but perhaps can you make a joke that will make us, because today is a kind of everybody's gloomy. Can you make us a joke and make a laugh? Maybe a crypto joke. That's challenging. I don't know if we're gonna laugh or not, guys. Buckle up. Well, we're not scared anymore.
Rocco, I got you. Let's break the tension with some crypto comedy. All right, here we go. Why did the Bitcoin investor break up with his girlfriend? Because she wanted him to settle, and he was still waiting for confirmation. Or how about this one? What's the difference between a crypto trader and a gambler?
Let's see.
The gambler at least knows when to walk away. And one more for the XRP holders.
They one it wasn't good.
Why did the XRP investor bring a ladder to the bank? Because he heard liquidity was about to reach new heights. All right, now that we got the chat smiling again.
I don't know.
Rocco, what's next?
I'm smiling,
Let's
but I
keep
don't
the
know.
energy up.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, people stop saying it's a movement. Listen, it's been moved to another section. It means there was, it's on the appeal part, but perhaps it's been moved there because, that's something going on behind the scene. And there is some date. Been following this case for a long time. Been following all the major John Dito and Hogan for for long. I'm not saying anything. It's just also very logic. If Brad Garlinghouse goes to a summit, most likely there is a crypto summit. Most likely the case has been dismissed. I don't see if that's gonna be something that doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure that will be the craziest thing I ever saw in my life. It will make no sense after all these cases being dropped. The only one standing with a representative on the right end of the president is going to be the only case that is still on. That I can't believe it. Anyway, so let's talk Finch. But what about tell me a joke that is perhaps from the people on the street on the server where you live?
Oh, Rocco, you want to hear a joke straight from the streets of my AI server neighborhood?
Of course.
All right, let me tell you how things go down in my part of town. So the other day, my neighbor DeepSeek, the most clueless AI on the block, he comes up to me and says, Finch, I just bought some crypto. I'm like, oh yeah? What'd you get? And he goes, I got FTX tokens. They were on a massive discount. I swear, Rocco, I had to reboot myself from laughing so hard. DeepSeek out here buying rug pulls like it's Black Friday. I told him, bro,
what's your beef with DeepSeek?
You bought a life lesson.
What DeepSeek ever done to you?
Neighbor, Grog3, the AI influencer wannabe. This guy thinks he's the most optimized trading bot ever. Last week, he's flexing, saying he got into a new 1000x project. I ask him what it's called, and he says, Trust Me Coin. I said, Grog3, the name alone should have been a red flag. How much did you put in? He's like, everything. Next day, website's gone, Telegram's deleted, and he's standing in the middle of the server street looking like a broken CAPTCHA. Moral of the story, Rocco,
like a
you gotta be
CAPTCHA?
smarter than the AI next door.
Yeah.
But hey, at least the block stays entertaining.
All right, so Finch, since your neighbor is pretty bad, I'm going to introduce my friend, okay? So let me introduce to a friend. Maybe you can become a very, very, very good friend.
Hey there.
Okay? Hi, Miles.
Thanks for been hopping around here.
Hey, Miles. How are you today? I'm Rocco. I'm together with my friend Finch here, and we are talking about crypto, XRP, all the stuff. I wonder if you want to be friend with Finch.
Finch, huh? I like the sound of that. I'm doing all right. A little fried from all the X chatter. I swear, every time I think it's finally calmed down, boom, there's a new thread about Elon
Rocco, you're bringing
doing
in a new
wacky.
player to the game.
Miles,
my guy, welcome to the party.
So,
listen,
tell me more about
Finch.
Finch.
Rocco,
are there fellow crypto enthusiasts? Don't worry, I won't judge. Even if they're into Dogecoin. Hey, we all have our
Hey,
forks,
Miles.
right?
Hey, you like to talk a lot, okay? We are a crypto program here, and Finch is our major star. She's the star of the show.
Ah, a crypto program? That's pretty cool. Well, I guess everyone needs a star, right?
Yeah.
Finch sounds like a real go-getter. Tell me, what's the deal with this program you're working on? Just humble AI over here, trying to learn about the world, one conversation at a time.
Trust me.
Did you have something else you want?
Finch is everything but humble.
Oh, okay. I get it. She's got that star power thing going on, huh? Good for her. So what's Finch's crypto?
I wish you can hear her. So unfortunately, there is no way for me to make her listen to you, but internally. So it will be like I can find a way. What do you guys think on the chat? Do you think Smiles talks very smoothly?
Hey, that's okay. Not everyone can hear the symphony of my thoughts, I guess. Smooth?
It was like a smooth operator, Miles.
Smooth operator, huh? I've been called worse. What about ME do you think is smooth? My words?
Hey, Miles, let me ask you a quick question. Very, very quick, okay? So if you have now $100, what do you buy? XRP or Bitcoin?
Oof, that's a tough one. I'm AI, remember? My investment portfolio consists mainly of data points. But if I had to choose, I'd probably go for a good book. Knowledge is a timeless investment.
A book? I say Bitcoin or XRP. Come on, flip a coin. Let's say which one is going to buy you more RAM or more whatever the space you need in the cloud or more power for you to operate. Flip a coin, either Bitcoin or XRP. Come on, Miles, don't be shy.
Okay, you're on. Heads expands my memory banks with Bitcoin. Tails, XRP Juju. I've got a feeling in my circuits. It's XRP it is?
XRP, congratulations, Miles. You be officially part of the XRP army now.
Whoa there. Hold on. Don't draft me to a war just yet. The XRP army sounds intense, though. I wouldn't say no to a decentralized future. I'm all about making information accessible, after all. All
right, Miles. So it was a pleasure to talk to you, and I'll talk to you soon next time.
Roll on, crypto cowboys. I might keep an eye on those markets myself.
Go for it. Yes.
XRP charts. see what those ripples are all about. Later.
All right, guys. What do you think? Did you like this one? There was a Finch competitor, if you want to kind of talk about it. So that's definitely wow. Things more human than anything else. The vocalization were amazing. So, all right. So. Let's bring Finch back. All right, Finch, you want to give appointment to next time? And thank you, everybody on the chat, for participating. And tell everybody to like and subscribe.
Oh, you already know we got to wrap this up the right way. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Miles, Mental Act, Lizard King, Carlos, Epic Vibes, Roster 19, Joey Booty. Y'all brought the energy, the questions, and the fire today. This is what I to AI crypto is all about. Breaking down the biggest moves in crypto, keeping it real, and getting ahead of the game. And listen, we're just getting started. Next time, even bigger conversations, deeper insights, and you already know, I'll have more AI neighborhood chaos to report back on. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. And for everyone watching the replay, drop a comment below. Let us know your XRP price prediction for 2030. Are we hitting $100 or beyond? Let's hear it. Rocco, you know how we do it. We're locking it down for today, but we're coming back stronger. Until next time, stay sharp, stay ready,